Alright, anyway. Ugh.
Alexander hears a...
Yeah. Very disconcerting. Alright. Oh, now here's an interesting room. This is yet another part of the copy protection for the game. There's a poem in the guidebook that tells you how to get through this room. And I can't remember the poem, honestly. But I do remember the way out. If you step onto any one of these wrong tiles, little darts come out of the wall and shoot you, and you die. Oh, there's a bat. Okay. Let's see. Oh, if we go this way...
Ah! You were a human only, and not the monster himself. I heard you coming and thought you were the beast. Did my father send you here to save me?
Why, yes, he did, but how did you...
Hush! There is no time. I think I have discovered the Minotaur's secret exit from the catacombs. Follow me, and we'll both be saved.
Hush, there is no time. I took acting lessons from Captain Kirk himself. Ugh. Now let's take another look at her.
There you are. Why do you not follow me? Do you wish for death by the Minotaur? Hurry, we can tarry no longer.
Did you see that? The little golden gleam in her eyes?
So, here you still are. You are a coward and a fool. I leave you to your fate.
Shakes fist. Yeah, that's the genie again, by the way. You follow her into that room, and she will not be there, and there will be a pit waiting for you. So, instead, you can go this way.
An old wooden shield hangs on the wall. Alexander takes the shield from the wall. The walls of the catacombs are made of massive stone tiles. That's the west wall of the room.
Thank you for that observation. And by the way, you can use the hole in the
Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the wall. It seems to shudder in revulsion at the mere touch of the cold stone. Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees nothing of interest. Alexander takes the hole in the wall off the wall.
I wonder if you can use the hole in the wall.
There's no reason to use that on the open doorway. Alexander doesn't need to use the hole in the wall on that wall. He can just walk through the door to see what's on the other side.
Yeah, but that could be dangerous. No.
Niches in the wall form stone burial beds. Ancient bones lie crumbling on the unyielding rock. Alexander notices that this skeleton has old coins over its eyes.
That's a little creepy, but hey.
Alexander finds 2 coins on the skeleton's eyes. He takes the old coins.
Not like he needs them anyway. Alright. Yeah, some big rats around here too.
It's a trap. The doors have sealed Alexander inside. And the ceiling is coming down.
It's a trap! Oh.
In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck. The trap is sprung.
Personally, I would have just walked over and placed the brick in the gears, not thrown it, but whatever. Alright.
Somewhere, far off into the catacombs, the sounds of hooves faintly echo.
Well, we're actually doing quite well for ourselves now. Oh dear.
Sounds! A trap floor!
Running in there.
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face.
Now, once again, if you stand around and not do anything, the Minotaur comes and eats you. But, it's actually kind of funny what happens.
Alexander hears the scrabble of hooves in the dark room.
Hello?
His eyes. It's so funny.
Tickets up. Next. Caught in the dark, Alexander?
But we have no desire to die, so...
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Aha! So that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out.
Alexander lights the extinguished torch and puts his tinderbox away.
Alright. And we're good. Now, let's get through the rest of this maze.
As he walks through the doorway, Alexander gets a very bad feeling about this room.
Oops.
Tickets up. Next. Don't just wonder,
Let's not go through that doorway. Actually, yeah. I just realized I'm taking the long way around. Oh well. The lower level of the catacombs is actually surprisingly barren, considering the first level and how much stuff there was around that we could pick up. Here we go.
Alec, the noises are coming from the other side of the east wall.
Ah, sorry. I accidentally clicked through that.
Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the east wall. The hole in the wall trembles slightly with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones. Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees just another room in the catacombs. Aha! Not just another room at all. So that's why Alexander couldn't find the Minotaur's lair. At least Alexander now knows the lair exists, somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall. While Alexander contemplates what he's just seen, the hole in the wall, frightened by the Minotaur, makes a run for it. Alexander hopes the little creature finds its way home to the Isle of Wonder.
Indeed. Alright. We're gonna go back the way we came. It's actually shorter to get there that way.
Alexander here.
Yeah. And here we are.
A very beautiful, very dusty tapestry hangs on the wall.
This tapestry looks familiar. Now let's see. I don't feel anything. Aha! A hidden latch.
Alexander triggers the little latch. A secret door rolls open.
And inside, we find...
Your struggles are useless.
It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a Winged One's girl. She must be Lady Celeste.
Really?
The Minotaur is a huge, monstrous beast with cloven hooves and the head of a bull. A beautiful Winged One girl is struggling for her life against the Minotaur. A monstrous altar towers in one corner of the room. Alexander shudders with revulsion at the thought of the rituals performed at that sacrificial table. The skull of some large and unknown beast guards the east exit. A pit has caved in the floor in one corner of the Minotaur's lair. Flames rise from the pit as though from the throat of a dragon trapped in the earth. The fire makes the lair unbearably hot.
Alright, let's take care of this.
Excuse me. I demand the release of that maiden this instant, you fiend.
Lady Celeste looks wildly around the room for the source of the strange voice and spots Alexander.
You there, human! Help me! Help!
Who dares enter my lair?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the consequences.
Never. You die, human.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away
Good bull. Nice bull.
until he can back away no more.
Now where to, little man?
Fortunately, you know the weaknesses of such bulls. Or
Alexander, his back inches from the fiery pit, tempts the Minotaur with the Red Queen's scarf.
Look here, you bully. Nice, bright red.
Red. Now you die.
The Minotaur drops from sight amidst the consuming flames. Slowly, his scream fades as well.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you all right?
No, I am not all right. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
Of course not. Sorry. Let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small dagger just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
Oh, all right. I've got it, Lady Celeste. Here we go.
Man, what a
Thank you. You may keep the dagger as a gift for saving my life.
That's very generous.
Forget it. Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
Ugh. What a wonderful disposition. You're welcome, by the way.
The Winged One's guards, bored with the pointless waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock.
Notice the little raven here with the gleaming gold eyes.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well.
I'm quite well, thanks to the bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellects.
Yes, milady.
Now bring him along. I'm going home.
Or, I guess I suppose it was a crow.
I see you have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to thank you for saving my daughter's life. So I thank you. I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its rooms. It is also my duty to grant you a visit with the Oracle. So this I do. I will grant you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite my orders to the contrary from the Crown. But there, my obligations to you end. I have no love for Alhazred, but he is my liege, and if Princess Cassima trusts him and wishes to wed him, my guards will take you to the Oracle now. When your time with her is through, I want you to leave the City of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are or what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
I thank you, Lord Azure. I will respect your wishes.
Hail to thee, great oracle. Lord Azure sends you this wingless mail. It appears that he solved the cliffs of logic and...
defeated the Minotaur in his lair. So I have seen. So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire?
Princess Cassima, whatever you can tell me, great oracle.
Ah, of course, the princess. That explains my images. Let us see what we can see. I see a maiden, lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She is a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers, and yours to try to redeem her.
How? How do I redeem her?
Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad of paths formed when a hammer cracks ice. I will tell you what I can, but what will actually come to pass is up to you. I see that any attempt to reach the girl will force you into battle, a struggle against a dark force. If you lose, your life will be forfeit.
Who must I fight?
A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black, But before this final struggle, I see an infiltration. A dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much.
What else do you see, mighty Oracle?
Oh, such pain. I see two restless spirits crying out for revenge. These shades could help you destroy the dark force if they were to be brought back from their spiritual form. Yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids. Be warned. The druids are reclusive and dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden in the mists. There is nothing more I can do for you, except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing go with you.
Thank you, great Oracle.
Water from the sacred pool is one of the ingredients for the Make Rain spell, if you remember correct. Alright, well, that was an interesting experience. Something interesting is that if you try to return to the city, you won't be able to. There's no way to actually get back to the city of the Winged Ones, or to explore it at all, even.
Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb.
But you can come back up and re-enter the catacombs, if for any reason you wanted to. And it's actually interesting. Remember, Azure said that the traps had been... they had begun clearing the traps from the room. And indeed, they actually have, because if you go down here to where there was a deadly pit, there is a pit no more. And it's the same for all of the deadly traps in the catacombs. There's also one other funny thing I want to show you. Of course, I can walk straight along here, so that's no longer a trap. And the other thing is that if you re-enter the room where you drop down to the second floor,
Alexander seems to have found the path to the second level of the catacombs again.
Yikes! They need to get a staircase in here.
I love it. I love it. Alright, but there is actually one more thing I want to do. Up on the top of the mountain.
Alexander arrives.
And that would be to take a look at this cave.
There's a natural opening in the rock near the nightshade bush.
And if you click on the opening, not the bush...
Alexander crawls through the small opening in the rock. Alexander finds himself in a dark cave. Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it. On the wall opposite the cliffs is the vague outline of another opening in the rock. Alexander crawls through the opening in the rock. The lighting in this part of the cave is better. Alexander extinguishes the candle's flame and places it back in his pack.
Now we see something over here.
A natural window-like opening in the rock provides a view to the outside world. A peppermint plant grows on the window's ledge.
Peppermint. So now we know where the mint extract that the pawn shop owner uses for his mints. Now we know where it comes from.
Alexander takes a few leaves from the plant. As he does so, a strong smell of peppermint is released. Ah!
And now we head out.
Alexander crawls back into the first room of the cave. Alexander can't see a thing. Alexander takes the candle. Alexander crawls back through the passage to the top of the cliffs.
And we're out.
Alexander climbs carefully down the long face of the Logic Cliffs. Alexander climbs carefully down the long face of the Logic Cliffs.
And there we go. Alright. We've got our little sprig of peppermint here, and we can eat this.
Alexander eats the peppermint. Yum.
But we're not going to. Alright. Well, that concludes this part of King's Quest VI. Thanks for watching, and when we come back,
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
we're going to take a look at a new island that has appeared on our map, the Isle of the Mists, which is where the druids reside. So, until then, thanks for watching. Bye.